This video is filmed on the land of the Wongal people of the Aurora Nation, and we pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging.
What does identity mean to you?
Identity is how you want to exist in the world. There is no right or wrong. It is about the individuals by itself. Identity means being yourself, being your own person.
Expression is identity.
Identity means lots of different things, different people. Your culture, your family, your personal beliefs, your interests are all part of your identity. Don't be shy about showing it.
It's hard exploring your identity sometimes. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And it can sometimes take a long time to figure out. Keep going. Make your voice heard.
It's important not to assume someone's identity based on how they look or act. Everyone's different and we should celebrate that.
Part of respecting my identity means not discriminating against me. Because you might not agree with it, it is my life. No one can tell me how I should feel about myself.
Don't be someone you're not.
I just was who I was, and I just wanted people to accept that.
And I'm proud to be a they, them, and I'm non-binary.
What is sexuality?
Sexuality is when you like men, women, or any other gender. It is the part of yourself that you explore your romantic and sexual attraction to other people. Love interest and wanting to be in a relationship with someone is a big part of sexuality, but it is not the whole picture. There are lots of different ways to show your sexual identity.
Your sexuality can change, just like your taste of food and music. Your taste in other people can change. Take your time with exploring your sexuality, don't rush it.
Sexuality is constant. It can be uncomfortable and comfortable. It's a rainbow of lots of feelings and experiences. You go over cuties in Marvel/DC movies. Also Star Wars.
Sexuality can be very expressive in many different ways. Like, people may have an attraction to a certain color and they might think, oh, like for example, red. Like, red is a very passionate color. It's a very strong color. It can be a very angry color, but there's also a lot of love and joy behind it.
Expressing your sexual feelings can be done by yourself too. Things like masturbation or exploring your own likes and dislikes are normal, healthy and fun.
To be comfortable with my sexuality is important to me. I'm bisexual, and bisexuality is loving more than just one gender through dating or relationships. I'm proud of my sexual orientation, being comfortable in your own skin and getting to date who you want to date. Exploring that part of yourself is important, and it is everyone's right.
Different things can help me understand my own sexuality and the sexuality of others.
Everyone's different and we should celebrate that. Your sexuality is how you define yourself. If you're non-binary, you're non-binary. If you're like gay, you like other guys.
I'm proud of my sexuality.
Example of different types of relationships or attractions in movies are a good way for other people to learn.
What is gender?
Gender can be all sorts of things. There are different ways to show your gender. There's not just one way. Gender identity is the way you feel inside, not just the way people tell you how to act. It's like how I say you're who you are, not expected of your gender.
It's up to each person to show or not show their gender however they want. It's about how someone feels, not about how people tell them they should feel.
It can mean using different pronouns. Pronouns is words that you use to talk to or about other people. Some examples are she, her, he, him, they, them. There are many pronouns that people identify as. It is important to use the correct ones when someone tells you theirs.
Gender expression can mean showing your identity in lots of ways. The clothes you wear, the things you are interested in, the way you feel about yourself can be part of your gender identity. It can also have nothing to do with your gender identity. We are sometimes told how to act or feel about our gender, but it might not always be how you show it.
Just be you, don't be afraid of it.
Sometimes it can be hard. You should try and always embrace your identity.
Understanding gender and learning new ways or words to speak about gender can sometimes be tricky. It's okay to take some time and make mistakes, but it's important to respect other people's identity.
Continue to support people with disabilities, exploring sexuality, sexual identity, and gender identity.
Let people explore it out for themselves. You shouldn't tell someone how or when they should figure it out. It's okay for me to take my time. It might take me a while for me knowing who I really am.
Make sure I'm making my own decisions. You can support me by giving me more information.
Remember that I have the same rights as anybody else. I have the right to be in a relationship. I have the right to information and support. I have the right to take risks.
I do think that not everyone, but some people with disability, yes, I think that we do have our sexuality or identity overlooked, and it's important that we don't and that we're all treated the same.
Having access to information and education helps me to understand myself better. Can also help me to make safe decisions.
Exploring my identity is something I have struggled with. When someone tells you how you must act, it can ruin our confidence and independence. When someone tells me that you are supported, it makes me feel seen and valued.
I spent a lot of time doubting myself. When someone listened to how I felt, I realized that I haven't been seen for the good things in my identity.
Give me the opportunity to be sexual. Sometimes people with disability are told that sexual feelings do not belong to them, that the sexual or romantic parts of our lives are something that we don't get to experience. This is wrong and it is discrimination.
Don't judge a person because to who they are. That's a big thing.
Try and find some information for yourself when you are unsure. It can sometimes be tiring for people to always explain their identity to you. I don't always have to explain myself.
I don't always have the answers to everything about me. Support me by letting me learn. It's good to let me express myself however I want to.
I think it's important to have those conversations so that everyone feels welcome, no matter what your gender is or how you identify yourself.
If you can help someone else work their way through their own rough journey, then you're doing something right. Life is scary. Exploring your identity is scary. Sexual expression is normal and natural.
A very cool beard.
Yeah. But yeah. I know.